Hello there, it's Jay here from Jay's Vintage Junk, and today, seeing I actually managed to find the thing, I thought we'd have a look at this. What we've got here, if you don't know, is a Sega Master System. This is the original Mark 1 Master System, otherwise it's Sega Master System / Power Base. I picked this up with a pile of other Master Systems some years ago, only cheap. Big box of this was the only one of the Mark 1s, all the rest were Mark 2s, all sold as faulty, and I got most of the Mark 2s working and sold them on. I think I've got a couple kicking about somewhere, but I kept this Mark 1 for myself. I was intending to do something with it, and I finally thought I might as well dig it out and we'll see about repairing it. I'll show you what it's doing at the moment, because it has got a fault. If we get you up onto the screen here, I'll show you what the fault is that it's doing. I'll power it up. Good thing is it does actually power up. We'll get the good old Sega. This is a slightly later one because it's coming up as copyright 88. I think these came out in, was it 86 or 87? Anyway, it comes up fine to the start screen. You've got two built-in games in this. My light gun's buried and I haven't got a CRT set up here, so we can't try the Safari Hunt, which is like Sega's answer to Duck Hunt, really. But we've also got Hang On here, which is like a motorbike racing game. So we'll start Hang On. So we press the button, and we will soon see what this thing's doing. Starts nicely, as you can see. And then, as we can see, we start getting issues with the graphics. We start playing. As you can see, it can't redraw the background properly. It's crashing. There's artifacts all over the screen, and the player's sprite will soon start breaking up. It's actually quite interesting to try and play it like this, to be honest. And basically, I mean, I haven't got my light gun out at the moment, but I have tried it with on a CRT with a light gun game, and it does exactly the same thing. Also, that's with the built-in games. We can plug a cartridge in it. What have I got here? I forgot that'd be good for testing. We've got Altered Beast here on cartridge. Let's give that a try in here, and I'll show you. So we put a cartridge in. I'll just put it in and out, seeing it's been not been used for a little while. We'll switch on again. Oh, we've got a software error on that one. I've never seen that come up before. Let's try a different game. Well, I know it definitely works. I know this definitely works because I was using this on one of my other Master Systems. This should be Super Moto GP. Sorry, Super Monaco GP. You can see the game runs, but you can already see the graphics are glitching. See, it goes okay like that, and then it glitches. Again, you can see exactly the same issue as we had with the built-in game. It's even slightly less, I don't know, it was less playable or more playable, this one, but you can see you get issues with the background and you also get issues with the sprites. Anyway, so that's basically what it's doing. We'll get down back onto it here. So I think it's about time what we do is we crack into this thing and we see if we can do anything with it. I'm sure we can. I am already thinking it's probably video RAM issue, judging by what it's doing. It only seems to be doing it as soon as it starts to actually access the video RAM. Right. Let's get a screwdriver. Let's get inside this thing and see what it actually uses for video RAM. I don't think I can. I don't think I've got any parts in for one of these. So I think today's video is just going to be cracking into it, seeing what we've got. We'll check for any obvious things like dry joints or anything. But so I think this video is probably just going to be cracking into it and finding out what ICs we need. I may have them, you never know, we might be in luck. It'll be SRAM, I should expect anyway, no matter what. Got 6 screws on the back. Right, let's have a look what we've got. Okay, well, I think someone's probably been in here before me because I'm pretty certain these things have shielding on them, and all the shielding appears to be missing. So yeah, that's a bit of a surprise. It's a bit of a shame that. Actually, I've not been in this thing before. Literally, it's one that I thought I'd put to one side and look at in the future. I mean, do let me know if these things didn't have a shield on. But I'm sure ones I've seen in the past have a shielding on the board. So anyway, let's get it out of the case. So we've actually just got the board to work on. They're nicely built anyway, there's plenty of screws. Does make servicing a bit of a pain in the backside, but it's good from a construction point of view. It means that the board's not going to move around or get bent or distorted or anything. And from what I can see there, they all seem to be exactly the right length. Yeah, I'm certain these things have shielding on them. I have repaired them in the past. I'm sure they've got meant to have shielding on the board. Not that it matters really. It's only a bit of RF shielding. It's not going to cause a problem to the actual Sega. Let's get this out. Now that's video RAM there. I've already spotted something that looks a little bit iffy, but I'll leave that till I've got the thing actually out of the. Dear me, even more screws. And no, I won't be modifying this one, doing a 50-60 Hz mod or anything like that on it. This one is staying stock. So I do already have a modified Master System 2, which has got mod switches on it. So this one is staying absolutely standard. I just want it in working order. Okay, it's pretty filthy as well. I think we'll the case, at least we can give the case a nice scrub up in the bath and get the case as clean as we can, because it's not bad, this case. It's even still got the, if you look there, it's still got the cellophane over the front. It was never taken off. It's just very dirty from being in storage, so I think that'll go in the bath and have a good scrub up. I'm not a huge one for making my vintage stuff pristine. I don't mind it showing a bit of age, but as it's so nice, it's still got that strip on. I think I will give that a good clean up and see if we can get it as nice as possible. Anyway, we've got the board out here. There's that cap doesn't look too good either. I don't look like it didn't fit very well. The positive is bent right over in a short negative lead. I might have to redo that. There's our 7805 voltage reg there. I think it's 7805, is it? LM34 OT, yeah, 7805, thought it was. Let's get you down on here anyway, and we can point out what's what on the board. Right, let's get you so you can actually see what I'm showing you here now. Let's spin it round. Right. Now, we've got a Zilog Z80 CPU at the back there. We've got some DRAM here. We've got a ROM there. I believe that is the audio IC, and I believe that thing, or am I right? That's either audio or video, and that there with the multi-pin legs on it, that's something to do with video as well, I believe. But what I'm looking at is if, let me see if I can zoom you in. Oops, wrong way. I don't know if you're going to be able to make this out or not. We look at these. These are the video RAM, I believe. We've got they're NEC parts, and it's D4186C-15. So it's the this is also the same part. This D4186C-15. Oh, excuse me. So I think that's probably the work RAM, and this is the video RAM here. I think that's how it works. But if we look down here on this RAM, there's a lot of discoloration around these two pins there and there. Can't see it anywhere else. Can't see it anywhere else on that RAM IC there. And I can't see it anywhere on the other side. It's just them two pins there and there. So what I'm just going to try something. I'm just going to fire this thing up, get it plugged in, fire it up. I don't need to connect the video to it. In fact, yeah, I will connect the video. Because what I want to see, I want to actually get it warm, and then I'm going to just feel, see if either of these is getting hotter than the other. It might take a minute or two just to warm up. In fact, I'll just pause you and I'll get back when it's been on for a minute. Okay, I'm back, and I had it on for a good 10 minutes. I've noticed something slightly odd. With it just up like this on the on the bench. If I power it up, I just tilt you up onto the screen. Oops, there you go. I've got a controller plugged into it. We start hang on again. Now it's still glitching, as in the graphics, the background graphics are still glitching. But now I ran it for about 10 minutes. If we look, now actually you can still see the background graphics are glitching, but look at the actual guy himself. The sprite was all glitching and pixelating up before. For some reason, just taking it out of the case and just running it like this flat on the bench, and that seems to have cleared up. I ran it for a good few minutes before, like I say, and the sprite, the player sprite, didn't glitch once. The background's still doing what it was doing and not redrawing properly and glitching out, but for some reason it seems to have stopped glitching out the actual man himself, which is quite odd. So yeah, let's unplug that again. I've kept my fingers on the let's get you back down here. I did do an old back of the finger test on everything, and there's nothing. I mean, both them SRAMs are staying nice and cool. All the ICs, nothing's getting overly warm after 10 minutes of running. So there's a bit of warmth on the CPU, which you'd expect. That's stone cold. That RAM, there's barely feel it getting warm. Same with that ROM. Again, that's barely getting warm. That's just getting warm. Same with them. So there's a little bit of temperature on the Z80 there, but it's not anything I wouldn't expect off a Z80. That's most of this. The only thing I can see really at the moment is them two funny tracers there. So what I'm going to do, just as a quick test, I think we are probably going to end up pulling these out. And I think with that that tester that I got the other day, the one that I was showing, that EEPROM programmer, it can test SRAMs and DRAMs and things like that. I'm wondering where I can test these in that, so we can pull these out of the board. First thing I'm going to do is I'm just going to try reflowing the solder on that one, because there's to them two solder points there really don't look good. So I'm going to have a go at reflowing the solder on them, and we'll see if that makes any difference. And if that doesn't make any difference, we will we'll pull these two RAM ICs out, and we'll see if we can test them using that EEPROM programmer component stroke IC tester that I got. So anyway, yeah, let's have a go at reflowing first. So we want it's number 3 and number 4 from this end. So number 3 and number 4 on that end. So we'll try and get the old solder out. Let's see if we can reflow through with some nice new fresh solder. Where's the sucker? Just add a bit of new fresh solder first, just to make it easier to get the there we go, that's one. That will come out easy enough. Let's try this one. Get a little brush. Just take that excess solder off there. There we go. Okay. Have a look there. there, yeah, we've got right through. I can see where it's come through that. So let's try giving them like that. I can't have expected that to have done anything, but it certainly didn't look good, them connections on them two pins there. In fact, that doesn't look good either. There's a ground pin up there that doesn't look like it's fully soldered, so let's do that one while we're in here. That's that pin there. We'll give it a bit of heat because it's a ground plane. We need it to penetrate through. Get a little brush off. There we go. We do have to take these chips off of them. Doing this one will at least make that a little bit easier to remove. There we go. Let's have a look at that on that side now. That's a little bit better. I very much doubt that's going to have made any difference, but we'll give it a try anyway. We'll connect that back up. We'll plug the controller in wherever it's gone. I'll get you back up onto the screen so you can see if it's indeed made any difference. We'll power back up. No, start, hang on. So I doubt this will have made any difference, but it's worth. No, we've still got that glitching. So it does seem considerably better than it did when it was in the case though, which is the odd thing. I don't think we've got a dry joint or anything anywhere. What we can do is we can try flexing and moving the board while I'm just trying to move the board. I can't seem to get it to really glitch that much. No more than it's glitching anyway. That sprite's certainly not glitching like it was before. That's the odd thing, the fact that the sprite was glitching like mad before and now it's not. So I think we are going to have to do like I said and pull that RAM off the board and test that RAM. So what I think I will do, disconnect that, disconnect that. Let's have a look at getting this RAM off the board. And by far the easiest thing to do is just to switch the telly off because I'm getting a buzz in the background from it. It's just to add a little bit of fresh solder. Because if you think this solder's over, what's getting on for 30 years old. And the flux in the new solder will just help. Help to get these pins out cleanly. So we don't want to damage the board and we don't want to damage the ICs ideally. Because it's if indeed the fault isn't, the fault could still be somewhere else. It could be in like the video processor or something like that. But I'm thinking it's more than likely the fault is in the video RAM. That's my thinking anyway. Just added some nice new fresh there. We'll just start on the first pen, heat it up. A quick suck. Okay, let's give that a quick clean down, and then we can inspect it and see if there's anything we need to go back over, which yeah, there's a few on there that we need to go back over, like that one. I knew that won't be a pain because it's on the ground plane. Plenty of heat. I think that we got it that time. You get the idea anyway. So basically it's a case of going round and round and there. So I'll be back when I've got that first IC out. So back in a minute. Okay, I'm back, and as you can see, I've actually got the first of them SRAMs off. That was actually a bit harder than I was expecting. It was a bit of a pain in the backside, that actually. I actually had to resort to using my proper desoldering gun to get these off. I'm sure I could have managed it with using that, but I was running out of time. So I sped it up a little bit using this, and unfortunately I have run out of time. My friends just sent me a text reminding me that England are playing in half an hour, so and I'm going down to his house because he's plying me with beer. So I'm going to actually cut this one here, and join me in the next part of this when hopefully we'll get the other two DRAMs off the board, and we'll get that tester set up, and we'll have a go at testing these sorry, not DRAMs, SRAMs. We'll have a go at testing these SRAMs on that IC tester that I've got, that old MS-DOS based IC tester. And we'll take it from there. Hopefully we'll find that one of these is faulty. We can find a replacement, stick that in, and jobs are good. And if not, then our other probable cause is this chip here, which I believe is the video processor. I do have a scrap Sega Master System 2 board that we could possibly extract that part from if it is compatible with the Master System 1 board, which I don't know yet. I will have to find that out. Anyway, I'm going to leave it there for now. So like I said, join us in part 2 when we'll have a go at testing these RAMs, and we'll take the repair on from there. So thanks for watching, and goodbye.